I'm going to talk a little about how video games can train players to make split-second decisions. As a demonstration, I'm going to be playing a popular fighter. I'll walk you through what's going through a player's head while they play this type of game. Let me slow the video down for you so I can explain in detail what's going on. When the match starts, I have to choose from a variety of moves to make. Here, I chose to guard, but I hadn't anticipated a lower attack, so the enemy penetrated my defenses. I try to counter as soon as I get a chance, but once again I'm interrupted by the enemy's attack. I recover, and then charge up a punch, anticipating that the enemy will charge forward. Unfortunately, it completely misses. I go on the defensive, setting out a projectile. Then I approach from the air with an attack that just barely misses and is counterattacked by the enemy. I recover, and use an aerial attack with my tail. I then go into a combo string, but I fail about halfway through and have to retreat. The enemy misses, so I go in for the attack again. But the combo I'm attempting is pretty hard, so I fail once again midway through. The enemy takes this chance and attacks. I recover, but without any counterattacks, the enemy has me in their grasp yet again. After repeating that silly move, I finally jump free. I use an uppercut that misses, and then I go in for another combo string. I go for an aerial attack, however, and the enemy has me beat. I recover, but fall into one of the enemy's traps again. I recover, and after a few preemptive aerial moves that miss, I use a special attack to try and get some damage in. I rush the enemy down, but they block, and counterattack into my block, at which point we both use uppercuts and cancel each other out. The enemy charges for an attack, and I take that opportunity to rush them down again. But I fail the combo as usual, and the enemy takes the kill. Now for another match. I try to start off dashing backwards, but I miss the button press and am caught in an enemy's attack. However, the enemy's next attack misses, and I am able to counter. As usual, the failed combo throws me into the air, and I go on the defensive for a few seconds. Then I try to dash in for an attack, but the enemy interrupts me quickly. I go in for another attack, but the enemy blocks, so I have nowhere to go. After trying to land another attack, I am interrupted by the enemy's attack. I recover, but miss again, then hit the enemy's block, and because of the recovery time that my attack has on block, the enemy is able to use the time to attack me. I recover and am right on the foolish offensive yet again. The enemy even catches me in a special attack. I hit the enemy on block and they counter, then I block and counter myself. I try to psych the enemy out with some feints, but they totally fail, and the enemy takes the recovery time to attack me. A feint is finally successful and I'm able to throw the enemy. I even land a nice uppercut. I retreat and miss, then retreat again, then use a ranged special. The enemy manages to counter my next attack. I recover and go on the offensive from the air. Finally, a win for me. This is just one of the many ways that this game can be played offensively. And remember, it's not usually in slow motion.